Hey, yo, chill. Get your butt. AVT Pro. Yo, I'm going to show you my camera. So this is my Canon 7D, and it's pretty tight. I'm liking it a lot. I don't know what I'm going to do about this cord. This is iCan. And this is whack. I don't like this cord. But this is a display because, you know, this is kind of small down here, and then they got those things that go on here and you can look on it. I don't really like those. I mean, it's good and useful, but you know, you have this. I can see better in this. This is good, but I think this is better. And so it's an interesting thing here because, you know, it's just a display. And I also, you saw in my last video, I had this other display, which I got really inexpensively from a friend. You know, it's I don't know, I probably could have got it cheaper, but you know, it was just in the area, so it was just really quick for me to do that. And so what I don't like is that this is a mini HDMI, and so I had to get an adapter. Maybe I can get a mini to regular HDMI back here, and it has some other stuff back here that I'm trying to learn. So it has a YUV connection, and I'm not really familiar with that one. But then it has this FireWire. It's not a FireWire. I'm not sure what this kind of connection is. Can you see it? It's that little. Let's see. So you can see it. I don't know if you can still. I don't think you can really see it. Let me see. Hit some light. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. A little bit more light. Now you can see it. Okay, it's that connection. And I'm not sure the one on the bottom, the metal one. And I'm not 100% sure this one. So I've been studying a lot of this kind of stuff and working with this. Like I said, stuff that is external, outside of the computer, and input devices and getting stuff in the computer. So photography, and that's always seemed to be the case. So I'm working with that, and then there's a way that you have to have it. So you have to be able to, you know, get a good shot. And so anyway, turn the cap off. So what's really beautiful is that on YouTube they have, okay, so that's that. So you know, I could draw, as they say, draw focus. I don't know what's up with that, because I got lines on that monitor. That's strange. Oh, you know what? Probably because it's just strange that monitor over there is giving me lines. Anyway, the battery is, I need to recharge the battery on the camera. But like I say, this is whack. I need to find a better solution. Should be a little cord that can come from here to here. What I like about all this stuff is that it's all interchangeable. Okay, so I'll take my camera. And I still have a lot to learn. I used to do photography, or I got into photography. I got into photography a long time ago. So all of this stuff that I'm doing is just not off the cusp of my head. It's just time to start doing it. And let me tell you a photography story. I used to go to Canisius High School, and they had a darkroom, and so I had it's kind of racial. Maybe I should not say it. Anyway, somebody said I was in a dark room one time. Nobody knew I was in there, and they had this enlarger when you used to, you know, use the enlargers and do the photography like that and film and process it like that. And so I got really good at it, and I wasn't at it very long, but I had a feel for it. And one of the guys said one of the timers were broken on the enlarger, and so they couldn't use it. Nobody liked to use it. I didn't mind using it. I would just kind of time it out in my head. And so I would get some good timing. And one of these kids couldn't get it. And they said, and then he was like frustrated. And I was outside the dark room and he didn't know it. And they said, get the N-word. Get the nigga. He can do it. And my brother, I was coming bringing him down to show him the dark room. Because I was so happy about all this cool stuff. I even had a 35 millimeter at the time. I couldn't believe they let me rent the camera. It was great. But he said, get the nigga, he can do it. It was kind of sad. I was like so embarrassed, you know, because my brother, not because of me, you know, but my brother, you know, I was coming to show him and they said that and it was like just as we got to the door. So it was really tough. But photography, you know, so I did photography then and I had the cameras and stuff like that. And then I got heavily into my painting. And so I couldn't do photography as much. And I didn't use that much photography for my painting, which is interesting because, you know, that's how most illustrators make it. And, you know, they use photographs, you know, and they use them as reference and they set up their models. I've been trying to get models because I have all this equipment and I need to, you know, get some models to work with this stuff. And I don't know if they don't take me seriously or what, but I hope they don't miss their chance because I'm going up big. And anyway, but so that was one time. And then I also worked in a photo lab. I think the next time, yeah, right, was at Showbrand Photo in New York. And I may have, it was like one of the jobs that saved my butt. To Irish and Jewish people owned it, and so it saved my butt. And that's what I like about Jewish people. They always give you a job. They're good to give you a job, you know. So you know, I mean, they own a lot of businesses and stuff like that, but they're quick to put you to work, you know, if you're gonna work. You know, if you're not gonna work, they're not gonna have you. So anyway, so that was that. It was a photo lab, and that's why I mentioned I got into the Canon laser copier. But while I was there was a bunch of guys that got into photography, and so I got into photography. I bought one of the cameras secondhand. Then I started buying lenses, and I did the same thing that I'm doing now. I have about 3 lenses for this. I want one more. I probably need a wide angle, but I have that, and so so that's good, you know. So I just don't like it. So it has a mini HDMI here, and if I had an HDMI that sticks, a cable that sticks in this way and does out like that, not sure with all the stuff. One thing I gotta say, YouTube has been great as a resource for learning how to quickly, you know, get refreshed in this stuff. Like I said, even at the photo lab now, I was doing more camera photography and around a group of guys who were photographers or who did photography, you know, process film in the photo lab, so they knew stuff about cameras and stuff like that. So this is a really beautiful lens, and you get really beautiful photography, and this camera is being used professionally for movies because of the HDMI and video and stuff like that. So there's a lot that I need, like this. Why is this wobbling? I don't know, but you know, there's a lot that I have to learn about this stuff, and so doing my best to pick up on it. That's a cool way. So one of the things I know, I didn't have to buy this expensive thing here, and so this was like this costs a lot more money than some of the other monitors that they have. But for the first one, I don't mind trial and error and making a few mistakes. So if I have another, like I have the other camera, But I also have that PVM, those Sony monitors, Trinitron. I have two of those, and so one of them is a larger, and it's actually sitting over there. I might actually show it to you. My place is real messy, and I just got out the tub, and so it's sitting right there. Oh, there it is. See under those boxes, that gray with the grit. There it is. So it's underneath there. And then I have some Steadicam stuff over there. I think I know I had a Steadicam. I never really showed it or stuff like that. So, but the thing about it is that there's so much work involved. So there's the virtual, because I'm doing computer graphics and I make a living off of that. And so to spread out, and so there's so much involved with that. And then, I have to deal with the house, the apartment, and the environment. And I don't have like people coming to help me and saying, "Oh, let me make this better for you" and stuff like that. Usually, they're not they're not really interested or not, they think I'm crazy or whatever. But hey, don't listen to negativity. It's negative. It's not positive. So anyhow, so moving forward, and there's a lot more to share, and there's a lot more to do, and so we're gonna keep doing it and keep making it happen. I just wanted to share a few moments with you. Now, it's so funny. I look at this photography now, and they got hoods and stuff like that. So this little eyesight cam that I have, it doesn't have, a matte box and all of that stuff or brackets or anything. It's just a El Cheapo camera. But, it's so funny, like, because of the light shining through and because it's, like, dirty. And then you get all these caustic points of confusion and not really necessarily caustic, but, all these dirt and grime effects. So it's funny, the media in itself is just, it changes in a lot of ways. So at one point you have a way of, how much you can pump it up, and then there's another way that how much you can, dumb it down. And, it's funny, and so it's like the tail is wagging the dog, so to speak. Anyway, didn't want to go off too far about it. Lots and lots of things, me. God bless y'all, and talk to you again very soon.